this is Dr. Ishwari. Today's session I am going to give a lecture on modern methods of capital budgeting techniques. So this is the one of the method in the capital budgeting techniques. This method will be helpful for evaluating the process with the help of the time value concept. So in that methods, some of the categories are there. One of the categories NPV, remaining IRR and profitability index methods also there. In the later classes I will be discuss on that. So coming to the NPV method, the NPV technique is a discounted cash flow method that considers the time value of money in evaluating capital investment. So here you will get the doubt on what is the cash flow and what is the time value of money. So cash flow nothing but cash inflows and cash outflows. And coming to the time value of money, so time value of money means today value should not be the same after 1 year. So the best example is before 1 year 1 gram of the gold 3000 rupees. Right now 1 gram of the gold equal to 4600 rupees. So what it happened here, rupee value is going to reduce, means the depreciation is occurred and that rupee value. So that's why discounted cash flow methods we need to be implement in the NPV method. So coming to the formula of present value technique, if we want to determine the present value, future value into 1 divided by 1 plus r whole power n, where f equal to future value, r equal to rate of interest, n equal to number of years. If we had to assume, if you are going to invest 500 rupees in the market with the amount of with the 10% rate of interest, so the value will be, we can be determined here. So today we are going to invest 500 rupees in the market with 10% rate of interest. Interest are 0.1, 10%. The percent will be converted into points. The value will be 0.1. How many years you are going to investing in that market? Only 1 year. The total value will be 454.54. I just round it 455. Means today 500 value, after 1 year the value will be 455 rupees. Means the value is going to reduce. Depreciations are occurred in the rupee value. So that's why we need to be consider the time value of money. So in that NPV we are having some merits and demerits. So what are the merits are there? It recognizes the time value of money. So in that NPV method we have to consider the time value of money because we need to be analyze the exact value of the rupee in the future. So that's why we need to be consider the time value of money. And coming to the second point, consider the entire cash flow generated during the life period of the project. You should not be stopped in a particular period. How much of the life period of the project we have to be consider all the cash inflows. So that is one of the merits are there. And coming to the third point, it consider with wealth maximization of, it is consistent with the wealth maximization of owners. It is very consistent to determine the wealth maximization of owners. Why? Because we have to be consider that the time value of money. So that's why we will get the exact value of the future value. So this is very consistent method. And the ranking of project is independent, depends on the depreciation methods. So every project we have to be implement the discounted cash flows. Based on that we will give the ranks. Based on that ranking we are going to select the best project on that. And coming to the demerits, it is difficult to understand use. Why? Because here we have to consider, we have to follow the present value concepts. Laymen may not be understand the present value concepts. So that's why it is some difficult to understand. And it does not give the solution when comparable projects involved in different amount of projects. So for example, if I had to invest the same amount in the investment proposals, it will be helpful to take any decisions. In case if the amount will be varied, the decisions may not be taken in an exact. So that's why there is one of the demerit on that. So these are all the concepts of the merits and demerits of the NPV. Let's go to the illustration session. Okay, in this NPV method, here I take two projects, project X and project Y. So for this project, 40,000 as the initial investment for project X and 60,000 rupees for the project Y. Both the projects are having both the estimated life of the period 5 years. And scrap value 2000 and 4000 with the discounting rate of interest 10%. Okay. Coming to the cash inflows, here 5 years will be there for the project X, 10,000, 20,000, 20,000, 6,000 and 4,000. For project Y, 40,000, 20,000, 10,000, 6,000 and 4,000. Here, PV factor values they are already given here. But in examination time, they may not be given. Don't worry, that PV factor values will be in the back side of the textbook. You can take from that, or you can calculate how you can calculate. I will give after the completion of the problem. Okay. So for the first year, the rupee value at the end of the 1 year 0.909. For the second year, the rupee value will be 0.826. At the end of the third year, rupee value will be 0.751. At the end of the fourth year, the rupee value will be 0.683. Here they have given 5 years. One more year is there. The value will be 0.621. Fifth year 0.621. Let's go to the solution. Okay. So how many years are there? 5 years. Zero. Why I had to put the 0? This is the initial investment. 40,000 is going to invest in that company. So today value will be 1 rupee. Right now I am investing. The value will be 1 rupee. So at that position, present value will be 40,000 only. Okay. And coming to the first year, how much of the amount you are expecting here? 10,000 rupees for the project Y. So the project X. After end of the 1 year, the value will be 9,090. And coming to the second year, how much amount you are expecting here? 20,000 rupees. So with the amount of the discounting factor value 0.826, the present value will be 16,420. And the third year, 20,000 will be expecting as a cash inflow, discounting factor 0.751, and the present value of the third year, at the end of the third year, 15,020 rupees. And the fourth year, 6,000 we are expecting here, the discounting factor value 0.683. At the end of the fourth year, the value will be 4,098. And fifth year, we are expecting 4,000 rupees, the discounting factor value 0.621. At the end of the year, the value will be 2,484. In that problem, they have given 2,000 rupees as the scrap value. This is also in that organization. So that's why you need to be considered. At the same time, you have to calculate with the cash discounting value. So 2,000 rupees as a scrap value. How much of the PV factor value in the fifth year? 0.621. The total value will be 1,244. When you have to add the total values from first year to fifth year, the total value will be 48,454. When you have to deduct this value from that cash outflow, cash inflow minus cash outflow, the value will be 8,454. Means the present value of that value will be 8,454. And coming to the project Y. Okay. For project Y, the initial investment value is 60,000 rupees. So that's why I have given the value 0. So this is the initial stage we are putting. Right now, rupee value will be 1 rupee. After that, how much of the amount is going to invest? 60,000 only. After 1 year, we'll expect 40,000 rupees as a cash inflow. So here, rupee value will be 0.909. At the end of the 1 year, the 40,000 rupees will be 36,360. And in the second year, we'll expect 20,000 rupees as a cash inflow. Discounted cash flow 0.826. At the end of the second year, the value will be 16,520. In the third year, we'll expect 10,000 rupees as a cash inflow. discounting factor value will be 0.751 and we will get the present value 7,510 rupees. And the fourth year we will expect 6,000 rupees as a cash inflow and the discounting factor value 0.683. At the end of the year we will receive 4,098 rupees. And the fifth year we will get 4,000 rupees as the cash inflow and discounting factor value will be 0.621. The value will be 2,484. At the end of the fifth year, sum of the scrap is that is the 4,000 rupees. So here I am putting here 4,000 rupees and what's the discounting factor here? 0.621. The value will be 2,484. So when we have to add the total values from first to fifth year, the total value will be 69,456. When I have to subtract the cash inflows minus cash outflows, the value will be 8,456. But here they are asking which project you are going to suggest. Based on the excess of the net present value, you are going to suggest. When I have to compare with project X to project Y. Project X generates 9,456 as a net present value. Project Y generates 8,454. Which is the best? We can go through the project Y. Okay. When they have given the PV factor values, we can take directly. But if they are not given in that problem, what we will do? I will give the explanation. If PV value not given in the problem, we can calculate with the help of this formula. 1 divided by 1 plus r whole power n. Here we are assuming 10% discounting factor value. So when I had to implement the 10% discounting factor value in that formula, the first year 1 divided by 1 plus r whole power t, that is 1 plus 0.1 whole power 1. I will give the explanation in that calculator. 1 divided by 1 plus 0.1 means 1.1, that equal to whole power 1, 0.909. And second year 0.826 and third year 0.751 and fourth year 0.683, fifth year 0.621. Up to that you can calculate how many years they have given. For that you can calculate up to the life of the project. Thank you.